Well, while we're waiting for some other people to join, I'll just start with is an interesting article that I just saw about Ethereum versus Tron. I'll go ahead and I'll share that with you. So in case you didn't know, Ethereum is one of the, considered number one or number two cryptocurrencies in the world, swapping itself with Bitcoin back and forth, usually because it has more transactions, more wallets, and that's really because its design is to create smart contracts. And a smart contract is a way in which you can actually do, events, have things happen. So with Bitcoin, you're just constantly just sending from here to there. That's it. There's nothing else to do but send and receive. But with smart contracts, you could literally have events happen within the contract. You could basically even have multiple people sign for it, or do multiple things. So things that are done in the smart contract are also referred to as off blockchain accounting. So you do things that are not on the blockchain until they need to actually show a move of coin from here to there. Then there's a cost associated with that. So that's why you're able to save some of those costs by not moving things until you absolutely have to. So that's Ethereum. Tron is actually a clone of Ethereum. So Ethereum being the first smart contract, it's a open source project. So the source code is sitting there, and under the rules of open source is you can take that and you can improve it. You can do other things with it as long as you keep the same licensing, keep it still open source, and also reference all of the changes so everyone knows what you've done. In this case, Tron took what is known as the consensus algorithm and replaced it with something that is much faster. So that consensus algorithm means instead of 24 transactions per second, it can do over 2,000 transactions per second, and possibly even more the way they have it designed. So Ethereum, has, as I said, it's been number one, number two cryptocurrency, and Tron has been steadily creeping up over the last 2 years, and literally has been in the top 10 over the last 2 months. And some interesting things about it is that the Tron itself, as the cost per coin, is very small relatively, only 2 cents compared to dollars, right? So only 2 cents, so very small amount. But it kind of, just like any cryptocurrency, is fairly volatile, and it goes up and it goes down, and along the way, Tron, the way I see it, and is that they have, let's just say, have a much better approach to how they do things than what has been in Ethereum. Ethereum seems to be clunky, and Tron seems to be a little bit more refined in the way things happen. So it's like we're gathering a lot more people, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go through this article, and then after that we'll go into what I want to discuss here. So Ethereum versus Tron, comparing data, DeFi and stablecoins from both chains after viral tweet. So this is actually from the 10th, so this is relatively right now, so February 10th. So on February 7th, Cold Card, an OpenDime creator, Rodolfo Novak, also known as NVK, tweeted a picture of himself with Tron founder Justin Sun and Blockstream CEO Adam Beck. Novak said Ethereum was over, and the three had a plan to move Tron to Liquid, a network that leverages the BTC chain, so Bitcoin chain. Whether, okay, I don't know why Adobe Flash is popping up here, but sorry about that. Whether or not the tweet was a joke, the picture got the crypto community fired up, and it initiated heated debates about legitimacy of both Tron and Ethereum. ETH and TRX, Ethereum and Tron community debate after the viral tweet. One could consider the crypto networks Tron and Ethereum competitors within the crypto economy. While the Ethereum network is older than Tron, they both have similar goals and do similar things. As Ethereum strives to be a world computer, Tron aims to accomplish this feat as well, but with more of a focus on entertainment. They both leverage concepts like decentralized finance, DeFi. That's what DeFi is. Decentralized apps, dApps, and permissionless systems or tokens creations, ERC20 and TRC20. And of course, we are TRC20. These are basically identical standards. The programming of them is identical. It's the same code, the same text. It's only referring to two different blockchains. So Adam Beck basically had a tweet. What is the difference between TRX and ETH? Maybe people can explain from the outside. It looks very similar. Even the news flow marketing. Probably Tron is better at it, but ETH consensus did it earlier. Well, it was first, yes. Okay, when Novak tweeted about moving Tron to the Liquid network, lots of people considered it a joke, while others took the tweet very serious. Despite that, people think about Tron or Ethereum, news.bitcoin.com decided to look at the statistics developments, funds locked in DeFi, and the both projects' social media ratings. What we want to get our readers to decide which project is better is by weighing the pros and cons of each crypto without all the opinions. So here's the image, right? Here's the tweet. So Tron versus Ethereum stacking up the data. On February 7th, 2020, CoinMatrix data shows BTC chain processed roughly 333,000 on-chain transactions. Ethereum saw a total of 626,000 transactions in a 24-hour period, while Tron did 816,000 on Friday. While Ethereum has been consistently above BTC transactions per day, Tron has also been consistently over ETH daily average. So both Ethereum and Tron have tokens that represent the stablecoin Tether USDT, but the Ethereum chain has a whole lot more. Statistics from TronScan on Saturday show that there is 814 million USDT held on the Tron network. Today, data streaming from Ethereum indicates that there's a whopping 2.2 billion USDT leveraging the Ethereum chain. So it's quite a bit different, but there's just still a big difference in the age of the two. So as far as a stable coin usage is concerned, Ethereum outpaces Tron by a long shot, well, more than double. As the chain also has other stablecoin tokens like PAX, USDC, and TUSD, but it's true that both networks have seen more tethers migrate to each blockchain during a certain period of 2019. In fact, as far as funds locked into DeFi, Ethereum takes the cake when it comes to decentralized finance and centralized finance, CeFi applications as well, with projects like Maker, Compound, and Instadat. DeFi applications on Ethereum, such as a milestone on February 6th, when the total value locked up surpassed 1 billion. Whether the market action and fiat values are the focus, Tron is trading for 2 cents per coin, and the cryptocurrency is still down 92% from its all-time high of 30 cents. Ethereum is swapping at $224 per coin at the time of the publication, which is 84% down from its all-time high of 1,431 against USD over the last 12 months. Tron is down 18% and suggests BTC is down 69%, with Ethereum has gained 86% against the US dollar in a year, but against BTC, it's still down 30%. Trading volume of data from Messari shows the reported volume of Tron is around 203 million in the last 24 hours. But Messari's real volume index indicates there's been 49 million in Tron trades. As far as Ethereum is concerned, the reported trade volume on Saturday is roughly 3.5 billion. But again, Messari's real volume index shows less than 349 million, tallying up to the aforementioned statistics shown that Ethereum is a better investment over the last year. It has more liquidity and trade volume as well. So as for the yearly GitHub activity, coincheckup.com data shows that Tron has outpaced Ethereum development during the last 12 months in regard to tallied commits. And the CoinDesk social media benchmark shows Ethereum has around 451,000 Reddit subscribers and the same number of Twitter followers, giving the project a 23% social rating. Tron's Reddit community has about 71,000 subscribers, and Tron has around 497,000 Twitter followers, giving it a project of 9.7 social rating. Ethereum has around 2,000 GitHub watchers and roughly 445 developers, continuing the Ethereum code base. Tron has about 309 GitHub watchers and 118 developers that have contributed to the Tron GitHub repository. While there are 92,000 forks of Ethereum, there are only 673 Tron forks. So Ethereum, the project, got a head start on Tron and is not as old of a blockchain in comparison. They both have influential leaders at the helm, with Justin Sun and Vitak Buterin, who both still around to weigh in with options, unlike Satoshi. Both projects have a lot of investors and believe that Ethereum or Tron will be dominant, and there are definitely those who think both will survive, will serve a purpose. And either way, both exist in a permanent market positions today, as Ethereum and Tron are in the top 15 largest market capitalizations listed and might be for quite some time. So what do you think about these two cryptocurrencies? Do you think Tron is better than Ethereum or vice versa? let us know what you think about this subject and the comments in the section below. Okay, so let's talk about what may be better or not. This is a significant photo, and I would say it foretells that there is some things coming. And the way I see Tron is, since it's much faster and the development seems to be more active and more, let's just say, more together. One of the things, I'll give you an example. If you're used to Ethereum, you may have used MetaMask, and it is a Chrome extension, so it adds to your browser. And you know, it's basically your wallet pulls down. I found it always clunky, hard to decipher how to actually use it, you know, when you first got into it. But Tron Link actually does the same. It's an extension, but it's much easier to understand once you've loaded it, and you can define wallets and name them, and it's just more cleaner. So it kind of leads you through it. One of the other things that I found with this Tron Link, that it acts also the same as you have Facebook login and Google login. So, you know, when you go to a website and you can basically, they can say, well, just sign in via Google, just sign in via Facebook. So you don't have to use an email address and get the verification and do that. So you're able to log in by way of those social media presences. Tron Link allows you to do the same. But when you do that, it actually carries your wallet with you. So when you log into a website, your wallet is with you. Now, MetaMask has that feature as part of it, but it's a little bit less easy to see it, right? Unless you already know what you're looking for and what you're going to do. But Tron Link is actually working well across several websites. And the great thing is it carries your wallet with you. So, and this is one of the things that I'd like to discuss, is because with our goldgraincoin.com being on the Tron network as a TRC20 token, we've had several people that have used the Tron link and have, you know, transferred one grain to their wallet. And I did suggest only transfer one, you know, for the moment, till we have a real use for you to go ahead and do that. So we have some plans, right? And what we're trying to do is to develop our Kringle Gold economy, right? Which is where we were going to have these abundance programs running, and then this feeds in from the grain coins, by running crypto trading programs, and this basically helps bolster the flow of value into our ecosystem. But how do we get there? What are the steps we have to do? So a lot of people say, is it on CoinMarketCap? Right? And with every intention, I was set and ready to go there. And then I found, oh, we have a bit of a stumbling block. It's not that we're not going to be able to get there. It's just going to take us a few months. And this is why. Since we are a stable coin that is tied to the price of gold, so whatever the gold price does, we're going to follow that, right? And while, you know, when these coins that go and register with CoinMarketCap, they're going to get their price from where? From an exchange. And what does the CoinMarketCap is looking for is to get the pricing from the exchange. So for us to have our pricing, we have to have it on an exchange. Okay, well, good. Well, let's put it on an exchange. Well, So we started talking with different exchanges, and it comes down to where they working with an API is, let's just say it's going to take them time. They're not just set up to grab our API, which we already had finished for this purpose. We have more plans to add things into the API, but so what we found, what would be the most easiest and most direct way for us to do this is to follow another line of coins that are kind of in a similar situation. So CoinMarketCap itself is listing an exchange with a trading pair. So what this means is a trading pair is, here's the coin and it's matched with another coin that's more well-known, such as Bitcoin or Tron. So us presenting a trading pair of grains to Tron in our own exchange can be listed with CoinMarketCap. So this is what we've decided is to really now change our focus a little bit, and in order to go and build this exchange. So it's already underway, and when we're done, we're going to be able to trade a trading pair between Tron and grains. And we'll actually be able to test, doing trades, buying Tron when it's high, and when you think it's going to go low, you trade it back to grains. And when you trade it back to grains, you wait for Tron basically to start going up again, and then you trade back in. So that's what normally you're dealing with trading pairs. So when we do this, what we want to do is generate volume. And in the Tron ecosystem, we can find that there's roughly about 30 some exchanges out there that have been set up. About 5 of them are active, they have any kind of volume on them. And I believe that we can actually be one of the top exchanges in the Tron ecosystem by basically taking this route and building this exchange. So it's a decentralized exchange, or DEX for short. All right, so we will be able to now do trading and volume. And so what we're setting up is for when our members want to take their grains and go on to the exchange, they will be able to trade them back and forth with Tron. So we'll put a converter on there to go to Bitcoin. It's a separate thing, because everything, when we're talking about grains to Tron, it's all on the same blockchain and going back and forth. So, but we will go ahead and add that extra layer to go to Bitcoin. Now, you could take Tron and go off to another wallet, such as the Exodus wallet, and go direct to Bitcoin from there, or any other cryptocurrency. But anyway, that's just an example of the things we're doing. So that is our main focus right now. I've been kind of focused on getting that designed and everything underway. So it's all underway as of now. So I would say about a month from now, we will be able to go ahead and move the grains to the exchange, and we'll be able to trade them as a stable coin. Now, we will also then, after we get this going, we will actually also give points. So our point verification system is another thing that's being worked on. It should be actually done and testing maybe by this weekend. And what the verification is where you can get more points by verifying links that you go and post. So if you want to post your link or like say this video, and I put this video up, and you go and you post the video on your social media site, and you say, hey, I've posted this. Someone come and verify it for me. You'll get points. The people that verify get points. And that way, you know, we can expand this. Well, we'll also expand this over into the exchange and give you points for doing exchanges. Why? So we can generate the volume. So we get trading happening. Then that's why we'll rise up in the Tron ecosystem, you know, and we'll also be able to take a nice ride with Tron as they start to move into more prominent position in the world cryptocurrency market. As we've seen, they're looking at going to the Lightning Network. So that's going to be interesting. That'll actually make them much faster as well. So anyway, so those are the announcements I wanted to talk with you about. So if anyone has any questions, this is the time to open up and see what you'd like to talk about the current developments. So just raise your hand or just go ahead and unmute yourself, either way. I'll switch to the gallery view. So Lawrence, you there?
Hi everyone. Good afternoon from South Africa.
Good
I hope everyone is well.
For me, just after midnight.
So yes, I know.
So did you catch everything? I don't know when you came in about the decentralized exchange, so that we'll be able to use our grains, and then also the verification system. So we're close to being able to do both of those. Did you catch that, or do you have any questions?
At the moment, no, except what we discussed outside the group. Okay. I finally got the Proton mail.
Okay. Yeah, Proton Mail has a good. Now, one of the other things we'll be looking at doing is using Tron Link. It's kind of like Google login or Facebook login. So we'll be using Tron Link for the decentralized exchange. So this DEX, as they call it, decentralized exchange, DEX. You'll be able to use Tron Link, and then when you log in, it's just your wallet is already there. So makes it easier. And then we'll be giving points for the people to do trading on there, so we build up the volume. And then we're also building our API for this in compliance with CoinMarketCap's requirements, so that it'll be an easy fit for them. All right.
Okay, how safe it is to trade with it for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies? Is it safe?
Well, this is specifically in just the Tron ecosystem. We'll be trading only Tron or other Tron tokens. And there's many, there's hundreds, but there's 4 main ones that have a lot of activity. And one is called Win, and it's used on gambling sites, right? And so we're going to start with just grains and trade with Tron. right? And we'll go through that and even go through how to do trading, right? And so what to look for. We'll talk about those things. Alan, one of our Privy Council members, is very adept at using and understanding the exchanges, traditional forex exchanges as well, from the technology and security point of view. So he's a security specialist hired by banks to deal with their security, as well as many other even governments. He's worked on government systems as well. So for security, when we're dealing everything in the Tron environment, everything is basically within that. So as long as you protect your wallet and your password for your wallet, then it's secure.
Okay. And then how are the charges when you compare with the conventional Bitcoin wallets that we are using currently? Is it reasonable or moderate?
It's the same as all the other crypto wallets, pretty much. It's just now this one that we're using just works also as a login to the websites. Like you use Google, like you use Google login. You go to a new website and they say you can log in with Google. You can log in with Facebook. Well, this is you can log in with TronLink.
You're saying it's like a browser?
When you go to a website, right, you go to any of them and they have a, well, it acts from an extension. If you add the extension to your browser, right, so you have your Tron link.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
That Tron link we'll go through some examples and I'll do some videos.
I saw it, but I was going to ask about it, that is it secured and can we use it? Because I've been using quite few of them, like some the likes, but some that didn't sustain long. So we want something that will secure it for that you say trading it. So I think we just have to get more education on it so that we understand it further,
Yeah, no, we'll go through a complete videos on how to go ahead and install it and everything. For the Tron Link wallet itself, it's you can have from the website or from a browser, or you can download the app, right? So this will be something that's fairly easy once you have it installed. You'll be able to go in and out. So once it's in Tron, you're in the top 15 cryptocurrencies in the world, and you can trade it to Bitcoin if you want by taking it and going to one of the other Bitcoin exchanges, or we will have the ability to convert it. Now, since we're not doing an exchange for the other cryptocurrencies, we'll do that, as part of our phase 2 or 2.5 when we get there. For right now, this gives us ability to build up what gold grains are for as a stable coin. So we establish ourselves as a stable coin. We can do trading on this decentralized exchange that all within this Tron environment, or their Tron ecosystem. So all the Tron tokens we will have access to. But I said we'll start with just the grains to Tron, and we'll do some trade there, and then we'll start adding some of the.
Okay. Okay. No, it's okay. Yeah.
All right. So we also have a question from Anselm.
Okay. Good day, Mr. Dan.
Good.
Or good evening. Okay. This is Good Ideas, Anselm on the line. I overheard your beautiful explanation about the Ethereum and Tron. And after the comparison, I just understand that Tron has some prospects, great prospects. So my question is, when you say the beautiful plans the Tron have in the future, I say, can the price of Tron influence the price of grains? Hence, the price of grains is tagged with the gold price at spot. That is my first question.
So
I don't know where you me, sir.
we're not going to affect the price of
Whether it can influence, as far as grains is a stable coin that is tagged to gold at a spot price. Now, I'm asking, now the Tron price as at now is 2 cents, according to your explanation. If Tron's price starts appreciating in value to 10 cents, 20, 50 cents, $1, can such price increase? Can that appreciating value of Tron, can it have influence?
Oh, your volume cut out. But I know what you're asking, but the answer is no. We're a stable coin. So for example, USDT is a stable coin. It's always $1. So it doesn't matter what the price of Bitcoin is, or Tron, or any other Ethereum, any of the other cryptocurrencies. It's always what it's supposed to be. So it doesn't really affect anything. But since we're tied to gold, we have more of a chance of the value of the grains going up, considering gold. Because gold has gone up 30% in the last year. So, and we expect gold is going to continue to rise. So as a stable coin, USDT may actually start losing value, since it's tied to a fiat currency that loses value every day. It takes more and more to buy the same thing, but the gold is going up. So my feeling is that grains will become the #1 cryptocurrency as gold rises, right? And you're still going to want to do, use it in either as as gold, but this is gold in your phone, right? Compared to gold coins in your pocket, which might get heavy. So you can get these grains and hold them and allow the price to go up. Or you can do the trading on the crypto trading. So these are the main 2 uses, right? So we'll see, I think, a very positive upflow of grains, and they will probably double. I hear different things from different people that say that gold itself will go from, it's around almost $1,600 an ounce right now. Over the last 3 months or 4 months, it's gone up about $200, right? So it was around 1,400, now it's around 1,600. But I've heard people telling me that they expect it to go to 8,000 per ounce. So that's 7 times more than it is right now. And that's,
as you heard from people from professionals in the gold market.
Yes, and now there's a lot of reasons for this, and this has to do with the world economic conditions. #1 is that gold itself has been artificially kept low against the petrodollar. But the petrodollar is ending. You can see that Trump has been completely trying to remove the US economy from the petrodollar. Number one, the US has become the #1 producer of energy. Before, everyone was buying oil in dollars. They always had to have dollars to buy oil. That was the deal with the Saudis and with OPEC. So in order for them to keep the dollar valuable, you had to buy energy with it, oil. But now, no more. The US is independent, so it's not tied to what happens with oil prices in the Middle East. Also, the aspect of ending globalism and making independent trade deals. Independent trade deals with Mexico and Canada, with China, with Japan, with a lot of the Asian nations, and now with the UK. So all of this is detaching from the central bank system. So while we detach from the central bank system and the fiat petrodollar, we're going to see the price of gold continuously rise. So I would say that we're going to see, this. Now, I did some my own analyzing of gold years ago, maybe it'll be 5, 6, 7 years ago. I was looking into gold, and I charted out, I went back way into the past, like 200 years, and tried to see what the value of it was, and try to compare and read articles and try to see what the actual value was back then of what it could buy, right? And tried to come up with an idea of what it would be in today's value if you were to chart it out. And back then, I said it should be about $25,000 an ounce. Now, over the last 3-4 years, I have seen other reference about the same amount, about $25,000 an ounce. There is no way that they will allow gold to rise so quickly to $25,000 an ounce. If that's the natural place that it should be, it's not. The world economic system can't allow it to rise so fast. So we're going to see a steady rise of gold as the fiat dollars die and the new world system takes hold. So being tied to gold is a very good thing. So grains, I think, are going to have a very good an easy way for people to grab a hold of a coin that's going to hold value.
Okay. The second question is, in that Tron Link Wallet app, I can't see login or logout. Please, can you help me on that? Where I can, is there any of them that have login, logout?
So
because one can download it on your phone, have your coins in it, drop your phone. Any person who can have access to your phone can have access to the wallet, but one can use a security protective measure to save your coin or protect your coin, I mean. So that's why my second question.
Well, that's all up to your what you've put in your security for your phone, right? If you leave your all of your money sitting on the table and walk away from it, there's no security. So if you secure your phone, then you can do that. If you don't want to use, like when I put my Tron link on my web browser, right, which is where I normally use it, I put it on my phone just to try it out. But web browser, I'm having to put in my password every time I turn on my computer, so it's just not open. So if you give your password away, or password is called password, then it's not good security. Or 1 2 3 4 5, not good security. So You have to basically be aware of what you're doing anytime you're dealing with financial materials on your phone or your computer. You know, you need to have you can use password managers that will help you. Biometrics for your thumbprint on your phone. There's all sorts of ways that you can do it. You know, to add your security to your phone.
Okay, the web browser registration for Tron link, please. I would like to get it via message on Telegram later, so that I can use that one to register
You just go
instead of using the one I downloaded in app.
It's okay. You get to your go to your web browser extensions, and you just add Tron link as an extension.
Okay.
It's easy.
So,
But remember, if you want them to match, if you want what you have on their phone to match what's on your website, you can do that. You can have them be the same. You just
how?
well, there's a like a mnemonic phrase. You'll have to copy that down when you make the wallet, and then you recover your wallet onto the new.
Okay.
And then it will work.
The technicalities is okay. I understand that. The third and the final question for now is, you talked about the trading of carrots, grain, Bitcoin together before, and in the discussion now, like today's discussion is more of trading of grains and Tron, so that we have access to that coin market cap. But what of that previous discussion of carrots, trading of carrots with grains and Bitcoin?
In other words, we'll end up with grains on multiple exchanges. This will just be our first one, and our focus. And we build this volume up here. We get then we can trade with Tron. We can trade with the other tokens that are in the Tron environment, and this gives us our first position to where people can see what the actual price is, and they have it go out to coin market cap, and of course we'll be on all the other exchanges as well with the that are in the Tron side first, because it's an easier step for us to get to there, right? Other than trying to make a big presence on like Binance, for example. Going to Binance, say, okay, here's our coin, right? It's a stable coin. Won't you like to use it? Well, we don't have a track record yet, right? So we've got to build up to that point. And so that, Binance will say, sure, yeah, let's put, $100 million worth of that, on our market, however that looks like. So this is our first position to get our grains into the view of the crypto world. We'll be in Tron. And I think we're just in a very good position, since Tron is really going to be making a very big move into these other dApps, other types of environments. So they're focused on entertainment, which is a very good place to be. They're much more refined and nicer looking and easier to understand than you have on Ethereum. So I think it's a very good timing for us to come out with this and start working with them. Because when we go directly into, say, the crypto world, we're a very small fish in a very giant ocean. But in the Tron world, we'll be a small fish in a small pond. As they become, well, Tron is actually big, but the amount of different exchanges that are for just Tron, this is only about 30 of them. and only about 5 of them are very active. So I say we have the chance, because we have such a great community, that we can move the volume there and have people say, hey, why is there volume over there? There's obviously something going on. Let's look into this. And then, as being like the second stable coin on Tron, it would be something that I think that they would end up liking to promote.
Okay, I really understand you, sir. But will that carrot trading come after this very program completed?
Okay, so let's talk. We'll talk about the carrots. So carrots will be another token, right? This is the Kringle reward token, carrots, that are that represent our benefit coming from the abundance programs. So in order to get to our abundance programs, we have to start our AI trading system, which will also be then taking the generated coin from there and bringing it into the community pool that then is the value behind the carrots. So though we will exchange them within our environment for Bitcoin and Tron and others, right? Those carrots are not meant to go out onto any exchange.
I understand.
Right. So it's our internal, our own ecosystem payment token that holds value, but backed by crypto that's sitting there. So, but we will, I would say that we will get there shortly after, getting to this, where we'll start our Sarah AI trading. Now, in order for us to do the Sarah Gold, right? The Sarah Gold is where we now get our points active, right? Because that's when we'll be able to use our points to get portions of the carrots rewards coming to us, right? So in order to do that, we also have to be able to get the gold, and we have a minimum amount we'll have to do, and that means we have to have put out about 400,000 grains. Once we achieve that, then we will be able to do the Sarah Gold. But we will start the other Sarah programs in the meantime as well. So Sarah Gold kicks in when we have about 400,000 grains already minted. So we're just going to take it step by step, and we're just going to keep building the environment. This DEX is just our first step, and we will have points available for this to help there be a balance of this. So there is something else to as well, and this is more of the original intent when I first was designing this is we were going to do minting events, right? And it was going to be much larger amounts of coin. A minimum of say 1 Bitcoin worth of coin minted at a time. Now, we actually added the affiliate program kind of as more of to get the community active from the very beginning, right? As opposed to the minting events, which would be more about working with, like, say there's a crypto a licensed crypto trader that we're working with out of the UK. There are some things going on with that I can't talk about right now. Where there's some after the 5th of March, I'll be able to talk about it. what we want to do is be able to get a large amount of affiliates rolling. Right now, I think we have around almost 2,400 affiliates that have joined. So that's a great number, right? And I know I'm getting everyone asking me for marketing materials and things like that. And I'm sorry, I haven't been able to do more videos or, do a presentation, but I will be getting to that. But it just seemed like we're better to focus on getting this decentralized exchange underway. And now it is, so now I can go back and work on more about the marketing materials and help with that. So anyway, those are the things that are underway. But we will be setting up minting coordinators or minting event coordinators, where they'll have their own website where they will be able to also sell them to their market, right? So that's another place in which we'll be, putting out much larger volumes at a time. So that will also help us get to our 400,000 coin target, so that we can start the Sarah Gold. Oh, Christian, you have a question? You have your hand up. You can unmute yourself.
Hello?
Yes.
You can hear?
Sort of. Go ahead. Maybe no. No audio. Okay. Next, you can try back when you're able to connect. Okay. Anyone else? Any other questions? Anselm, go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you again.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So the program of making the grain, trading grain with Tron, is when will that start?
1 month. Yeah.
Okay, in a month period. I can't get you, sir.
In 1 month.
Okay, in a month period now.
I'm sorry?
You said in a month time now.
Yes, a month from now. Maybe 3
Okay.
weeks. It might be 3 weeks, but we'll see.
Okay.
I like to give them more time than they say.
Okay.
Because programmers are always 2 weeks late.
It's okay. That is okay. I don't want to let others ask their questions. Let me don't bother you much now.
Well, no one else is raising their hand if you have another question. Unless Lawrence has something to say.
Hey, Dan.
Hey.
And everyone. Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Bennett.
Yes, then I would like to say thanks with the program. The program looks very good. What we need is just to invite people and encourage them to buy the gold crane so the faster we finish the gold grain, I think the faster we'll get the exchange.
Yeah, the whole idea is to get the grains and then that the more grains that we move out, the faster we get to where we can do the Sarah Gold. If it takes us longer to get to the Sarah Gold, we'll start the Sarah Red and Sarah White and maybe some other trading systems we come up with beforehand. But it's okay. I think that once things are rolling, we'll get there pretty fast, I think. It's just a matter of getting the momentum of starting, of buying the grains. So, but you know, it's starting. Where, as I said, you know, 2,400 people is pretty good. So,
Thanks.
yeah, it's just now more a matter of making sure that you know, people are have the marketing materials, and that'll help them, you know, also understand what it is. Do more videos. I'll be putting this video up, so it'll be, everyone will know what it's about, and then we will have this this continued development ongoing. I mean, we have quite a big community already, right? So people will be able to, I think, since our verification system is going to be coming up to verify links and things like that. To be a verifier, you have to have 10 coins. To be a super verifier, you have to have 100 coins. And that's just you know, you don't need to have any coins to go ahead and post your link and get verified. You can gain points that way, and then you'll be able to get carrots later on when we get to our phase 2. If you so I think this also will help promote the people to get at least 10 coins. Anything else? We're going just over an hour, so it's
Hello?
yes.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Oh,
Yeah, Christian.
Yes, Christian, go ahead.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, I hear you.
Yes, yeah. Good day, everyone, and good day, my fellow magician, Saddam.
It's the magic.
Yeah, I can see we are moving gradually. From beginning, I thought we are kind of confused on the whole thing, but we are getting clearer now.
Well, the overall project is very elaborate, right? So to build a whole ecosystem, we have 4 main components, right? Grains is just the one piece. The community is another piece. Carrots is another piece. Abundance program is another piece. So presenting the whole program, everything is listed there on kringlegold.com, right? So everything is listed there. So, but it's very overwhelming, right? Because it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. But right now we're focused on only one piece of that, and that is our stable coin grains. Our gold grain coin is, I think, very timely. We came into this in a very, I'm so happy we did not build this on Ethereum. I went through this article on Ethereum versus Tron in the beginning of this. So if you missed it, come back and watch the video in the very beginning. But one of the things that when they say Ethereum is dead, I think they're exaggerating a little bit, but Ethereum has some very serious problems with transactions. They have so many, transactions that are happening, 800,000 a day. In the one program, Cloud Token, they were doing 250,000 transactions per day, and it broke their system. It slowed down all of Ethereum. And they couldn't get all their processing done on the daily basis, and it just stacked up. One day goes by, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, same amount, and it just compounded the problem. That's what really got me to look at other alternatives, and I'm happy to come upon Tron. And since I never, from the very beginning, I had some issues with Ethereum as a technology. It seemed clunky. It seemed like there was some issues with it I didn't like. And then they had two major problems that will cause large amounts of coin to be lost or value to get lost. And so I really, when I knew that Tron was a copy.
Saddam.
Yes.
Saddam, can I have a question before the network cut me off again?
Go ahead.
Yeah, please. The questions I want to ask is the points that we are accumulating. There's also the value, as in the value, maybe the value of that point with grain, something like that. How can we calculate, as in we know, based on the point, how many points that can, and how many grain that a particular point can give? That's what I want to know at the moment. And I believe, and again, second question is, does any purchase of gold, maybe grain, if you buy any grain, can someone get additional points buying grains? That's the two questions I want to ask now, sir.
But
Thank you.
But
Hope you get me clear.
I did not hear you clearly. No, you were slowing down.
Wow.
To follow.
Did you get my questions?
No, I did not.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Maybe let me type the question in the board. Let me type the question on the chat board.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I do hear you now, as long as it doesn't slow down again.
Let me type it on the chat board. Okay. Okay. Points we are accumulating now. How can we know the value in grain? As in, how can we know the points and the grain, the value of a point per grain or something like that? Then another thing is buying grains. Do we have a certain points one will get buying grains now? Does one accumulate point buying grain also? That's what I want to ask again.
I'm losing the, but let me go ahead and answer. So the points have no value. There's no way to know how much a point will be worth in carats, because we don't know how many carats will be coming out any particular day, how much generated coin there was. It only gives you a certain portion based upon the total number of points divided by the by how many points there will be is a small percentage. So the more points you have that day, the more the percentage you'll grab. As for the grains themselves, every grain that you get is 10 points. And always when we do points, it'll be a division of 10, like 10 or 100 or as long as we can divide it up, because we're going to have the points spread into the other people in your downline. All right, so if you have someone 10 levels deep that gets one grain, they get 10 points, but you get 1 point. You get 10%. So the points are distributed in our downline. Now, so that's where that's it. Now, I really didn't get the second question. I don't know if I've answered your questions or not, but You can try again.
No, I was saying, okay, can you hear me now? I was saying, buying, does someone accumulate, get more coin buying grain? And maybe a kind of what are the bonus of when someone purchases grain at the moment? The percentage or something like that. Just want to know.
When you buy grains, the percentage of what? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Dan,
Yes.
can I go on?
Yeah, you go. I can't hear.
Okay. My question now is, you made mention of 400,000 grains before the Sarah program, abundance program or Sarah program starts. Am I right, sir?
The Sarah Gold program.
The Sarah Gold program, 400,000 grains,
Yes.
which is, when I calculate it, is about 500, $500 million. That's 500 something million.
No. No,
Okay.
you're way off. Yeah.
Okay. So then, the question I wanted to ask, because what I did is that I multiply a grain by 0 point something in Bitcoin, which is worth $5. I use it and multiply 400, but that shouldn't bother me now. But what I want to ask, how this 400,000 grains, how do we generate it to be able to go into the Sarah Gold program? I don't know whether you get my question, sir.
No, I don't quite get your question, but I'll just say
My question is, this 400,000 grains,
yes,
that warrant us or qualify us embarking on Sarah Gold program. How do we raise? How will you raise? Let me say, how do you community, or how do you raise this 400,000?
just as we're doing, people buying the grains.
Okay, that's to say, when grain, 400,000 grains is in the market, is available in the market.
Yes.
Is that what it means, sir?
Yeah, when they've been purchased by people.
Okay. That's a fantastic answer. I read about a bit about Sarah White and Sarah Red, but I want a better explanation, sir. Please don't be offended.
No. So they're listed there, 3 programs on the Kringle Gold site.
I said I read it, but I would like you to throw more light on it.
So the main difference, Sarah Gold is dealing with leveraging the gold, which means we have to acquire the gold. There's just we just have a minimum amount that we have to deal with in order to do it, right? So that's why we have to get that much up. So this is when we end up with way more than we start. So say 300% of the crypto that we go to trade with. Well, in essence, if we just work off of, say, Sarah White, right, which is you're just bringing, say, Bitcoin in, and we're going to now use Sarah White to trade. That is going to, let's say that brings in, let's say 10% in a month. So if it was under Sarah Gold, that would be like 30% a month coming. Well, I think if it was, say, 20, I think it's 20%, I think I put up there. So something like 20% that's coming in. So it's just a matter of being able to trade a lot more crypto under Sarah Gold. So, but we can start Sarah White and start trading, and that will generate carats, right? And that'll start the process, and the people that are participating will be able to do that. So if we start Sarah white and Sarah red,
Right.
and red is for taking grains and carrots and putting them into the AI trade. So that's the difference between the three programs. So one is dealing with the Sarah Gold, where there's more coming to you, and then that's why your grains that you have with Sarah Gold will be able to be used at 120% because you get part of the leverage.
Okay. Anyway, I understand it to an extent, but the practical will make me immediately we practice it. We master it.
Yes.
But so far so good. I'm picking up.
Yeah. So our right now we just focus on getting the grains and moving the grains. So we get the grains in motion. People will be making the commissions right now. Holding onto grains means you're holding onto gold, so that if the gold price goes up, then the value of this will also go up.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I think that's good. Unless there's any last question, we'll do one more. I don't. I want to keep it down. Otherwise, we go on for too long. An hour and hour and a half now. Okay, we're good. We're done. All right. Well, I'm going to try and we'll do this about 3 times a week to answer questions. I'm going to be doing a couple time frames.
Yeah, it's good. 3 times is good, so that especially when the wallet is ready by using Facebook or Google login or registration.
We'll cover that at that time, but as we go, we'll be discussing this. There's we have to like we said, this coming up with the decentralized exchange is something that wasn't in the original plan, but we have to adapt because we've come up with something new.
Yeah, that's dynamism.
And then since we want to go to CoinMarketCap, we have to now chart a course. How do we get from here to there?
Yeah,
right?
that's good.
But in the meantime, we also end up with something that also helps by having an ability to do exchange. And we develop in the Tron ecosystem, which is growing, right? And we grow with it. So that's also a very good thing. So we adapt as we go, and just to make it, because our success comes, as the grains get accepted in the world as a stable coin. So eventually we'll be really talking about tens of millions of coins will be out there. And that also means there's tens of millions of grains that we'll be leveraging to move into our ecosystem. Okay, with that, everyone, thank you for joining. We'll try and do this maybe on Friday as well. Well, yeah, maybe we'll try on Friday.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, done. I would love to have your 10 minutes in private, please.
Oh, sure. Well, why don't we'll just talk after this. So I'll just call you on Telegram.
Okay. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye,
Thanks.
everyone.
Bye.